Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys? I hope you'll be taking good care of yourself and your loved ones to keep safe and away from this disastrous outbreak of COVID-19. In compliance with the directives of the college administration, we are going to start the online classes via Uswa YouTube channel from today onwards. Hopefully you all be following this channel and listening to the lectures on a regular basis to counterbalance the effects of this pandemic. I will talk to you about your syllabus and paper pattern of English later on when college will open. Well, today we are to start the first unit, which is about first attempts and challenges. Overall, this unit is a thought-provoking one, for it will stimulate your dormant faculties and will motivate you towards taking initiative. You all know that nobody can deny the importance of initiation. By and large, the founder of Pakistan, M.A. Jinnah, firmly advised the students to promote, to create within themselves the sense of initiation. This unit incorporates 3 reading selections supporting the umbrella topic first attempts and challenges. The first reading selection is a story by Liam O'Flaherty with the title His First Flight. This person was an Irish novelist and story writer. Dear students, this is very interesting one, and I hope you'll be enjoying while dealing with this story. The second reading selection is an essay with the title First Year at Harrow by Sir Winston Churchill, in which he describes his college experiences. The third reading selection is a poem by Howard Nemirov with the title First Day of School. Are you getting my points? Okay, now look at the first reading selection, that is His First Flight. Dear students, this is gonna be a very appealing story. It is about the family of a seagull. Seagull is a kind of seabird. It sheds a light on the ways of life of seagulls. First of all, I'll explain you the summary of this story in order to make you all generally and superficially thoughtful and aware of the story. This way, you'll be able to know what is the story all about, coupled with the main events of it. Okay, the summary begins with a family of seagulls lived on a ledge. On a ledge. Ledge means a projecting mountain or cliff, whose parents were very enthusiastic, very zealous to see their young ones flying. Here I repeat again, a family of seagulls lived on a projection whose parents were zealous to see their young ones flying. The three seagulls had flown away, guided by their parents, whereas unfortunately one of them could not make up his courage to take his first flight. Though his parents did all possible ways, or though his parents used all possible means to encourage him to take his first flight, but all in vain, because their struggles couldn't work. At times, to make their young one take his first flight, they flew around him, circled around him, crying, scolding, taunting, and threatening him to let him to die of starvation or hunger unless he flew away. But for his own life, he couldn't move. He couldn't move. With the passage of time, he became more and more anxious in hunger. He gave some gestures to get attention of his family, but it was useless. He felt that he was going to starve to death on his ledge. Suddenly, he saw his mother flying towards him with a piece of fish in her beak. Seeing the sight, he got maddened, and when she, means her mother, came near his ledge and stopped at a moment at an admirable distance, he was greatly wondered at her behavior, that she was emotionless. Being maddened by hunger, he jumped over the food and found himself falling downward and out of ledge. Meanwhile, a monstrous terror seized him for a while. A dreadful terror stopped him for a while. At the next moment he felt the supporting power of his wings. His wings supported him to fly higher. He was overjoyed at his new experience, and subsequently he had made his first flight. So this is how his parents' struggles bore fruit at the end. You got the point? Okay. Dear students, now we will start with the first paragraph. I'll first go about line or sentence wise translation. Once we get done with this way, I'll explain the simplified version of this paragraph. So let's start. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. It means the young seagull was sitting on a shelf projecting towards the vast, steep sea. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. Okay, his two brothers and sisters had already mustered up, okay, had already made up their courage and had flown away. He had been afraid to fly with them. It means being fearful, being dreadful, he could not take his flight. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. Some ways, when he took a little run to the edge of the cliff, to the verge of the projection, right, and struggle and tried to threshly move his wings. Flap means flutter, to move, threshly move, okay, noisily move his wings. He got timorous, he got fearful, right? The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. Okay? There was a huge region, there was a huge belt of sea stretched out, expandedly stretched out, down beneath, and it was a long way down, 2 miles. And this added fuel to burning. Hence, he became ever dreadful and couldn't, okay, take his first flight. Okay, so far, are you getting my points? Fine. He felt certain that his wings would never support him, so he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. It means he was sure that his wings would not be going to support him. Subsequently, he crooked, he twisted his head and backed to the little ditch and okay ran back or ran away back okay to the little pit or cavity where he slept or he spent a night therein. Okay, even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brick, flapped their wings, and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge, which appeared to him so desperate. Reciprocally, or inversely, or on the contrary, the two brothers and the little sister of him, despite having shorter wings and a meager strength as compared to this young seagull, ran to the verge, motioned their wings, and had flown away. Whereas this covetous, pretentiously feeble creature could not bring his courage in use. He could not make up his courage to go for the swift, steep swim, for it seemed to him so hopeless. His father and mother had come around calling him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. But for the life of him he could not move. It means his parents had come and circled around him, calling, crying, rebuking, reproaching, and even scolding him, otherwise to let him to die of starvation and hunger. But all fell upon the deaf ears, and he even did not move for his own life. That's it. Dear students, now let's have the simplified version to this paragraph. Are you ready? Okay, catch me up. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and sisters had already flown away the day before, right? He had been afraid of flying with them, but somehow, when he attempted to flap his wings, he became fearful. The great stretch of sea expanded down beneath seemed miles long. He felt that his wings would never support, so he went back to the hole, to the cavity, to the pit, to the ditch under the ledge. Even when each of his brothers and sister flew away, whose wings were shorter than his own. He failed to muster up his courage, which seemed to him so hopeless. His father and mother had come and circled around him, okay, and even Scotty threatened him to let him starve on ledge unless he flew away. But he could not move, okay, because he had no trust in his strength, okay. He was not sure of his wings. There were so many, okay, betraying or distracting questions, okay, uh, might have been popping in his mind, like, okay, what if his wings, okay, would not support him? What if he would fall into that steep ocean, okay, like that? That is why all these, okay, might have hindered him to take his first flight. I think it is enough for today, dear students. I have a question for you, so listen to the question, or okay, take on to the relevant page, that is page number 17 of your book. Okay, first question is, what is the seagull afraid of? Okay, listen to this question again. Here I repeat, what is the young seagull afraid of? Okay, this is relevant paragraph to answer this question, so go for it and bring it to you, okay, as an assignment when the college will open. Thank you for being patient and passionate.